Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing very well. Here in this session, we are going to learn about JavaScript. We are starting a new session on JavaScript, and one by one we are going to learn all the concepts of this language, and it is one of the most popular language right now which is in demand. So we are going to learn here that what is JavaScript, why it is used, what are its applications, what are its features, and thereafter we are going to learn live with live code that how to run JavaScript code and how to execute them and how to perform important functionality over this language and how to basically be master in that. So I bet you that we are going to start from very scratch. If it means that if you don't know anything about any language, or you can say that if you don't know anything about JavaScript or you are very beginner for it, definitely these sessions are going to be very useful for you. You only need to be just patient because these things might need some patience. So one by one, just go throughout the lectures and just listen them and do the practice which I am telling to you. Definitely at the end of this complete session, you are going to learn complete concepts of JavaScript as you need to know, right? And meanwhile, you can ask your queries, you can be interactive with us in the comment section and ask your doubts and queries as you want, right? We are going to solve your all doubts and queries as early as possible from our side. Be interactive. Let's start the JavaScript session. So we are going to start from very scratch. Important point number one, JavaScript is a programming language basically commonly used to create interactive elements on websites. There are various interactive elements are there like pop-up box, right? Like input forms and many more like drop-down menus. All that can be done with the help of JavaScript. JavaScript is used to add interactivity and functionality to websites. So if you want to add some functionality, some interactiveness, it means that user should be engaged with that particular web page by mouse event or by anything. You should have to keep user engaged. So that is called as interactivity. You can do this by designing some forms, by asking user to choose the options by drop down menu, or many more methods are there, right? And by creating pop-ups and much more. So this kind of functions you can do with the help of JavaScript, and it is an essential tool for front end web development. So if you are going to be master in the user interface work, if you are going to be very much interested that we want to design a web page, we want to design creative and responsive web page, for that 100% you have to knowledge of this particular language, that is JavaScript, and it is supported by all modern web browsers. You can say that it can be Java, it can be Chrome for Microsoft, or it can be Safaris for Apple. So all modern web browsers are support this language, right? Okay. Now features of JavaScript. So first of all, it is a dynamically typing. So what do you mean by dynamically typing? Whenever we discuss this keyword dynamically typing, it means that whenever you write any variable name, you do not need to give the type of that what is the type of that variable. By default, at the runtime, they decide, the compiler interpreter decides that basically this variable is of what type. That is called as dynamic typing, and one other is called static typing. It means that there you have to define that that particular variable is of integer or of a string or of characters or float, like that, right? But here it should not like that. So it is one of the important features, that is dynamic typing. The next one is object oriented programming. So this language uses the concepts of objects here, and they uses the properties of objects here for making this language. And due to this language is one of, you can say that, organized, and this language becomes proper. You can say that this language becomes one of the kind, it can be organized, and you can maintain the proper codes. So you can use the properties of object oriented programming here, and this language use object oriented programming concepts using the various properties of object that helps to organize the code properly, right? Okay, event driven programming. Already we have discussed that event driven programming, it means that websites have so much events. It can be pop up, it can be some input forms, or we need to keep user engaged either by mouse or either by keyboard, so that user should be engaged with the activities that is running on that page. That is that the kind of thing you can implement with the help of Java, right? Cross-platform compatibility. It means that you can write your JavaScript code on all supported platforms, and it can be supported by all the devices, and in all the devices you can use browsers for running them. So you can use any device, any platform, and you can run on any browser. So cross-platform compatibility is there. And asynchronous programming. So basically, you can say that whenever you write any code for the JavaScript, the background things don't get impact on that. Due to JavaScript, you do not need to be panic about what is going to be happen in the background, or background things are not going to be changed. It is not going to be impact. So asynchronous programming is one of the important feature of JavaScript programming language. And integration with other technologies. You can write the code of JavaScript with HTML, with CSS, right? And it is important. And you can integrate your code into this HTML and CSS. So integration is there with the other technology. And case sensitive. So if some keywords you need to write in lowercase, you have to keep in mind. If some keywords you need to write in uppercase, you have to keep in mind. It means that is case sensitive language. Okay. So let me revise it. Features: dynamic typing, object-oriented programming, event-driven, cross-platform compatibility, asynchronous programming, integration with other technologies, and case-sensitive languages. Okay. Now, why to learn JavaScript? One of the most important question, that why to learn JavaScript, right? So it is widely used. And again and again saying that millions of web developers are using this language. And obviously, if millions of web developers are using it, one of the reason can be its popularity. And popularity, it may be because of many reasons, that it is easy to learn, which we have mentioned here, ease of learning, very easy to learn, and very easy to write also. And due to this nature, one of the, it is a popular, right? And you can say that it is a lightweight, due to also you can say that it is a widely used. Lightweight means everybody can write it, and you only need to write simple code, just matching with the English keywords. It is very much close to the English language, you can say like that. Okay. Versatility, it means that it is used anywhere. Basically, if you want to design web applications, you can use it. If you want to design Android applications, you can use it. If you want to design desktop applications, you can use it. If you want to devise any IoT applications, Internet of Things application, you can use it. And many more things are there where you can use this particular programming language. Due to this nature, it is a very versatile. Obviously, for web development, you can use it for making web pages more interactive, more responsive. You can use it, right? Ease of learning. The language is very easy to learn and very easy to write. Job opportunities are there, definitely. Due to popularity of this language, due to demand of this language, there are so much job opportunities. If anybody, many industries are hiring for full stack developer. So in full stack developer, you must have the knowledge of front end, you must have the knowledge of back end as well. And for front end, you must have a knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And later on, you can implement JavaScript with Node.js, right, for making it much more advanced, right? So these things are going to be important. So right now I am just giving you the exposure of this language, that why you need to learn it. As I already told you, that if you are going to be watch all these sessions, definitely you are going to get the mastery. But for that, you need to keep some patience, and you need to listen all the lectures one by one, right? Meanwhile, if you get any confusion query, you can ask, so that you should be engaged, and you should develop interest in it, right? You are going to get daily new facts and daily new knowledge, obviously you are going to thrill with it, right? Okay. Various applications of JavaScript. Now you can see that web applications is one of the applications. It means that you can use the JavaScript language for making web applications, for mobile apps. It may be Android app, it may be iOS app. For making them, you can use JavaScript. For desktop applications, right? I hope you know about desktop application. Many applications are there which runs on the offline mode of on our PC or the operating system. They are called as desktop applications, right? So you can make desktop applications like Microsoft Word is there, right? Like command prompt. These things you can develop with the help of JavaScript. Internet of Things applications you can develop. Games you can develop. You can develop server-side programming language with the help of JavaScript. User notifications, right? Let's say that particular web page is open and you are downloading something, and let's say you are closing that. So if you are closing that, one prompt, one pop-up will be there. It will ask you, you want to really close this web page or want to continue the downloading. So user notification will be there in the forms of Windows alert options. So these things are part of it, and you can manipulate HTML page content. You can change the background color with the help of this language. You can change the HTML content of any web page using JavaScript. You can make them look very rich in the graphics, very rich in the terms of look and feel, right? So these are several applications of JavaScript. Basically, it is versatile. Anywhere you can use it, but these are majorly used applications under JavaScript. Okay, now let's come up to the basic syntax of JavaScript. So if you want to write any code of JavaScript, you need to use this syntax. That is script. This is open tag and this is close tag. And between these tags, you need to write your code. Between these tags, you need to write your code. Right now, we are only understanding what is its basic code. In next lecture, I am going to give you the scenario that how to use these tags and how to put this code into HTML and this thing. But let me try to run this code first. Right. So thing is that a script, JavaScript code is there, right? So let's come to the Visual Code Studio, and here you can see that we are having a page where I have written something, right? It is an HTML page entitled JavaScript introduction. I am given here, right? And inside this particular head, you can use this script inside head also, and you can use this script inside body also. This is called as internal JS. This is called as internal JS. Why it is called as internal JS? Because we are using it into the same HTML page. That is why it is called as internal JS, internal JavaScript code, right? So inside this script, we have written document.write. It is going to print all the things which is written inside this double quotes, right? So welcome to JavaScript lecture by Professor Rahul Jain. It is going to be look, and thereafter simple body tag, nothing is explained here. It is just a comment and HTML is closed here. So inside head tag of HTML page, there is a title, JavaScript introduction, and there is a JavaScript code, that is document.write. It is a method basically used to display some information, some HTML element. So let me try to run it on the open live server, and you can see that this is our title, JavaScript introduction, which I have written here in the title. And inside this script, I have written document.write, welcome to JavaScript lecture by Professor Rahul Jain. So this is the thing. This is printed here. This is printed here. This is, you can see on this particular web page. So you can say that this is a very simple JavaScript code, because we are learning from very scratch. That is why I am telling you. One of the most important thing is that you can put it into head also, or you can put it into body also. Here we have cut from the head and we have pasted that particular code into the body part. Let me try to save it and let's run it. If you are going to run it, it is again going to show you the output, right? So basically there is a rule that you can put this script code. The syntax is this: script JavaScript code and script which you can put inside head tag or inside body tag. On both, in both tags you can put it, right? Okay, now this is very simple thing. Inside document, right, you can use double quote also, or you can use single quote also. One more rule, because I want to tell you much more things that is going to clear all your doubts, right? So if you are going to use this single quote also, there are also, if you are going to run it, this is also going to give you the output, right? So this is the thing. First output, second output, and third output. All are same, right? The thing is that you can write this script code inside head tag. You can write that script code into body tag. You can use double quotes for document write method. You can use single quote also. For all this, it is going to show. This is very simple program of JavaScript. What you need to do, just HTML code inside that head code. Head tag, inside head tag we have used title. You can use a script code here also, or in body tag you can use a script code also in HTML. It is very simple program. I hope you can learn, right? So I hope whatever we have learned in this session, it is clear to all of you. Please stay tuned guys, and be interactive with us, so that in the next lecture we are going to make some advancement over this session, and we are going to learn something more. And one by one, I am going to cover complete syllabus of JavaScript. If you are going to give your full feedback, you are going to engage yourself here, you are going to interactive with us, and you are going to give the proper feedback, proper response in terms of liking the video. Do subscribe the channel, guys, for getting much more videos like this. Thank you so much. Have a very nice day. Have a very nice day, guys. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.